Okay, we're going to get started so we don't have a little traffic jam coming in with people trying to come in. Thank you all for coming. I'm Rodney Ellis, and this will be the lineup. I'll speak, and then Elsa Flores with SEIU will speak. Derek Osabase with CWA, Jay Malone with AFL-CIO. Cynthia Cole won't speak, but she may show up as well. Oh, there she is. Come up and join us. She'll join us as well. Today we celebrate a historic win for working families and labor while doubling down on our commitment to fight for living wages and economic equity. For 18 years, the SEIU has led the charge for justice for janitors. Just this past Saturday, union members ratified a new contract that will see hourly wages for full-time workers reach $15 an hour. This is an overdue, hard-won victory. However, the fight for working families, good jobs, and a fair living wage is far from over in Harris County. Despite our region's vast prosperity, Harris County is home to ongoing and growing inequality. This is especially true for communities of color, women, working families, and young people. People stretch every dollar that they have and still can't make ends meet, much less save for a rainy day or invest in their family's future. Stagnant low wages, soaring costs, and an economy that works for the privileged instead of working families has made it harder for people to get by and to get ahead. Nearly 7% of our region's workforce is considered to be working poor. That means with a job that does not pay enough to pay their bills. The Kinder Institute recently released a study that showed 46% of those surveyed in this study could not afford a $400 emergency in cash on hand. That's the highest level recorded in that survey's history. Over the past several years, although Harris County Prosperous initiative that we put together has done a lot of good, the county has taken action to create good paying jobs, safe jobs, build union-backed career pipelines, and level the economic playing field for businesses owned by people of color and women. But we have to do more to ensure that working families can thrive instead of simply surviving. Harris County government needs to lead by example in this fight for living wages. That's why today I'm asking my colleagues on Commissioner's Court to move forward with establishing a living wage policy that will set a minimum floor of $15 an hour for people who work directly for Harris County or for people who are contractors with Harris County. We don't stop at $15 an hour. Note I said a living wage. $15 an hour is a starting point. This builds on the work we have already done to set a $15 minimum wage for most county employees, for workers on vertical construction jobs. With today's policy, we will touch everybody who works for Harris County or does subcontractor work for Harris County. I'm proud to work with my colleagues on this. I hope we have the votes. I have not counted them, but I'm optimistic. I'm proud of the work that we've done to lead on this issue, but we have to do more. We're falling behind Houston, the city of Houston, Dallas, Austin, and Travis County in raising our minimum wages for employees and contracted workers. There are janitors contracted to clean county facilities today who are paid as little as $10 an hour, and we often don't even know their wages for workers or for people who have contracted to do jobs for us. If this policy passes, that will stop. No one doing work for the county should have to struggle to make ends meet. My items call for the county administrator to develop or update policies to do 4 things. Apply our minimum wage standards to all employees regardless of how their positions are funded. Ensure we're providing a living wage and not permanently plateau at $15 an hour as a minimum wage. Include our wage standards for workers on all contracts. And 4th, increase transparency in worker wages and classification. I didn't say 5, but the 5th one is there will be an enforcement mechanism. I'm proud to stand here today with the people and unions who've been leading this fight for many years for economic opportunity, good jobs, and fair pay. Working together, we can help bridge the economic divide and deliver economic stability, fair opportunity, and shared prosperity for everybody in Harris County. And with that, I'll turn it over to my colleagues to speak. Elsa?
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Elsa Flores. I am the president of SEIU Texas. And first, I want to start by just thanking Commissioner Ellis again for leading with his values and making sure that no worker gets left behind. You heard earlier in his speech, he talked about Houston janitors settling their contract just this last week, where janitors in Houston who are cleaning the commercial buildings are now moving or took a huge step forward by having full-time workers go to above the $15 by the end of the contract, and still took a huge step to get the part-time workers closer to that goal. But again, that's not enough. Right? We need to make sure every worker in the city of Houston is able to live with the dignity and the respect that they deserve. And Harris County today has the opportunity to do just that. They started out by making sure that the county workers had a minimum of $15 an hour, and now they're making sure that workers who are doing subcontract work for the Harris County, that includes janitorial workers, that could include security officers, and many other workers who frankly have been left behind in the past, will now also have an opportunity to have a livable minimum wage of $15 an hour. What does that mean for workers, such as janitors? I think it makes a difference from them to maybe potentially only do one job in their lives that pays a livable wage and allows them to take care of their families instead of having to do a second job or sometimes even a third job. So I really commend Harris County for taking that huge step and bringing their standards up to where the city is. And I think the road does not stop here. We all know $15 is just a step forward, a huge step forward. Thank you so much. But we're not going to stop. As labor, I think we're committed 100% to make sure that Houston continues to bring standards up instead of dragging them down. So I want to really congratulate Commissioner Ellis for helping to make that happen, and also my colleagues here from labor who never give up. They never give up. We are committed to continue the fight for livable, good jobs in the city of Houston, and thank you so much. Do you need me to do it in Spanish or not?
Maybe we'll get it.
Perfect.
And then let's do it in Spanish. Derek, also base? Yeah, good couple, Derek.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Commissioner Ellis, for this huge step. I represent Harris Center organizing committee who's fighting for their union, and this is a big step forward in moving towards a livable wage for those folks at Harris Center. These are individuals that do crucial work in this county, and we got to think about these folks have been working hard and they're committed to this county. And so now it's time for the county to start making steps to ensuring that they have a livable wage. And CWA is really excited about the fact that, Commissioner Ellis is leading the fight on this. We got to continue to be example. The county can be an example for other employers on how to treat their workers and ensuring that workers can actually live off the wages that they make. And in this county, and the employees that do very important work, when unforeseen emergencies happen, it is the county workers that are the front lines and that are serving the residents of Harris County. And those folks need to be taken care of as well. And so I commend Commissioner Ellis, I commend the county commissioners for moving in this direction. And we hope to continue to ensure that workers in the county and in the Harris Center get the wages and the benefits that they deserve. And I want to just say thank you to Commissioner Ellis and really appreciate the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Jay Malone, AFL-CIO.
Thank you, Commissioner. Jay Malone with the Texas Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation. First, I'd just like to congratulate my brothers and sisters at SEIU Texas for winning one of the biggest contracts in the history of Texas. We stand obviously in solidarity with our brothers and sisters at CWA that are fighting for their union at the Harris Center. The reality of what this policy means is it can be the difference between life and death for a lot of people. We see this with every disaster. People that are struggling to keep a roof over their heads, when a disaster hits, a lot of times they're not able to maintain their properties in a way that's safe. They're not able to clear a tree that may fall, and the results of that is that health disparities are only growing in our communities across Harris County. And we're thankful that Commissioner Ellis and our Commissioners Court are taking real steps to open up opportunities for real careers, for union jobs, for living wages, for safe jobs that we all deserve. Last year, Harris County invested $9.1 million in union apprenticeships, the largest we believe in American history, and we saw the results of that last week after the storm. 4 of our apprentices went out to Kashmir Gardens and they helped to free a family that was trapped by a fallen tree. That was only because Harris County had opened up those opportunities for those good union jobs, for those careers. It's the same thing that this policy is going to do for contractors that are struggling to make ends meet right now. These are opportunities that we all deserve, and we're thankful that the county, that Commissioner Ellis and his colleagues are taking steps to make sure that everyone has the opportunity they deserve in this county. So, thank you.
Thank you. Now Cynthia Cole will give us some comments in Spanish. No, she'll be brief. Then Elsa will do it in Spanish.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Cole. I'm the Executive Director for the American Federation of State County Municipal Employees, Local 1550, and I stand in solidarity with my sister here. This is not our first rodeo. We go back about 10 years ago. But I am going to say this. Last time I checked, I have to work for a living. Last time she checked, those janitors have to clean up and they have to work for a living. They can't do that based on $10. You can't even buy a loaf of bread. You can't even pay your rent. You can't even pay your insurance. So I am grateful to my sister in the fight, to my other labor brothers in the fight, and to Commissioner Rodney Ellis, who has made sure that the fight is not forgotten. If you think it's something antiquated in reference to people standing together to make sure that they can have a decent and respectable way of making their life, think twice. Because one day, you might be standing on the opposite side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cynthia.
You don't have to say it all in Spanish.
No,
Just a
rápido. De nuevo, mi nombre es Elsa Flores, soy la presidenta de SEIU Texas. Representamos trabajadores en la ciudad de Houston que limpian los edificios aquí del centro, pero también tenemos trabajadores del aeropuerto. Primero estoy aquí para agradecerle al comisionado Ellis por tomar esta decisión de llevar a los trabajadores del condado, no solamente los que ya trabajan para el condado, pero los que están haciendo trabajo de subcontrato a un mínimo de $15 la hora. Esto es muy importante, ya como ustedes oyeron la semana pasada, los trabajadores de limpieza de Houston ganaron su contrato, el mejor contrato que han tenido en mucho tiempo, que los lleva a un salario mínimo de 15. Ahora el condado está haciendo lo mismo y se los agradecemos porque esto ayuda a que terminemos con este ciclo de pobreza en la ciudad de Houston, a que tomemos un paso adelante para tener trabajos que le dan dignidad a las personas, que les ayudan a cuidar a sus familias con la dignidad que merecen. Harris County está haciendo lo necesario, la ciudad de Houston ya lo hizo, ahora es tiempo que otras empresas se unan a esto y empiecen a dar trabajos en la ciudad de Houston que deja que las personas puedan cuidar a sus familias con mucha dignidad. Así que ojalá que tengamos el voto hoy y podamos mover esta póliza. Muchas gracias.
Any quick questions? I know I don't want to create a traffic jam. Any questions? Okay, thank you. And we're available for comments. Come on in.